Good morning, good morning, good morning, everyone. Happy Monday to you all. I am Coach Williams, Cassandra Williams of Cassandra Williams Enterprise, your victory coach, and the founder of Wise Build. And you are here for Momentum Monday. Whether you got here by a tag, a share, or an invite, thank you so much for watching this video. So let's just jump right in. What do we do on Mondays? Mondays, I feel like sets you up for the week, right? So I come out here and I give you a tip, a tool, something that you can use, kind of like a little shot in your arm so that you don't be rolling around like, oh, it's just Monday again. No, it's Monday. This is your time to set yourself up for success so that when you're looking at Friday, that you can say, wow, you know what? I ended this week stronger than I started, right? We're going to start strong and end even stronger. Okay. And so last week we talked about rest, right? Did you do some rest? Did you find time to rest? Did you start to embrace those moments of downtime and make them productive for yourself? So today we're going to talk about this right here, this word, commitment, right? And as I began to really think about it, most of the time when we think about commitment, we think about, getting into a committed relationship, that we're committed to someone else. We commit to jobs. We commit to, different things. Okay. And so as we're going into that that vein of commitment, right? Pledging, being devoted. Okay, one of the things that I want to talk to you about today is I want you to, how committed are you to yourself, right? So a lot of times we try so hard not to be selfish, right? Because we don't want to be looked at as we're being selfish. So we have to be selfless. So we try to give it all to everybody else. Well, sometimes we got to give some to ourselves as well. Okay. And so when we start to talk about this thing called commitment, it goes past words, right? Because commitment is kind of like faith without works is dead, right? So you can have all the faith in the world, but if you never put it into action, nothing's ever going to happen. And so when we start to look at this thing called commitment is, Abraham Lincoln says it this way: commitment is what transforms a promise into a reality, right? Because we can make promises, we can say we're going to do something, but if we're not committed to our word, if we don't put the steps into place, guess what? It's not going to happen. Tony Robbins says it this way: the only limit to your impact is your imagination and your commitment, your ability to think it, and then your ability to walk it out, apply it, no matter what comes. Okay, because commitment goes past. Because a lot of times we commit to do certain things. So, for example, most of us, okay, most of us said at the beginning of the year in January, we're going to work out, right? Here we are in June. How many of you are still working out? How many of you are still committed to your goal that you made in January? Not committed to people, but committed to the goal, committed to making it happen for yourself. Good morning, Danielle. Thanks for being here this morning. How many of you are still committed to that thing? You said you were going to do it. You said you were going to read. You were going to do some personal development. How committed are you? One of my goals is to move 45 minutes a day, right? And so I know I don't have a lot of time every day to do like 45 minutes at one time, right? And if it's too hot, I'm not going to do it. If it's too cold, I'm not going to do it. So one of the things to be committed to myself is because I spend a lot of time in my office. So guess what I did? I got me a desk stepper. So I got a stepper that sits under my desk because I'm committed to my process. I'm committed to keeping my goals that I made to myself. It was not about, me making the goal and me being, I have accountability partners, but guess what? If they don't show up, guess who still got to show up? Me. Because I'm committed to the goals that I made to myself. And so a lot of times when we start to talk about commitment and things like that, we start to look at what other people are doing and like it gives us a way out. Like, well, my husband isn't doing what he's supposed to do, so I don't have to do this, right? So because he's not being righteous, I don't have to submit. Ma'am, yes, you do. Because my boss isn't doing what he's supposed to do, then I don't have to perform my job in excellence, sir. Yes, you do. Because we're not committed to men and women. We're making commitments to ourselves and we're making commitments to God, right? And so it's Proverbs 16:3 says, commit to the Lord whatever you do, and he will establish your plans. Now, listen, okay? Commit to the Lord whatever you do, and he will establish your plans. Now, listen. He may not come in the time frame that you think he's going to come in, but he's coming. He may not do it the way that you think it should be done, but it's going to be done. And so we have to understand that this thing called commitment is more than just us saying the words. That's what I want you to get today. It's more than just saying what you're going to do, it's actually doing it. Is actually showing up every single day, however it looks for you to show up. For me, I'm in a community, and a lot of people they live near Stone Mountain. So I see them and they're walking Stone Mountain, and I'm like, no. But I'm doing what I can do. Any movement matters, and I'm seeing the results just from the things that I'm doing now. And as I'm getting stronger, then I'm adding other things. But here's the thing: I heard a message today in one of my community, one of the communities that I'm in. It says, "Bloom where you're planted. Do what you can do. Do what you know to do until you can do something else." That's your commitment to yourself. That's the commitment to the goals that you made to yourself, because a lot of times we're more committed to somebody else's vision, we're more committed to somebody else's goal than we're committed to our own. We're going to pause right there. Some of you have put so much into everyone else, and you've forgotten about the things that have been placed in your hands. And so today, I want you to recommit. I want you to recommit. I want you to really look at what is it going to take for you to get across the finish line? What is it going to take for you to finish one thing this week? One. Just pick one thing that you need to finish, because some of you are like, I just need a win, but you got 50 things that you started, but you're not committed to any of them. You started them, but the commitment, that place of now that nobody's watching over it, now that all eyes are not on you, you've started to slack off. I need you to recommit. I need you to come back into what are those things that you're supposed to be putting your hands to do. I need you to commit to, you know what, I'm going to spend an hour a day on my book. I'm going to spend an hour a day, working out. Split it up, y'all. Listen, who said you had to do an hour all at one time? If you can do that, great. But if you can't, do 20 in the morning, 20 in the at lunch. Eat your lunch and then take 20 minutes, go outside, get some vitamin D. And then later on in the evening, do 20 more minutes. Guess what? You got your hour in, and you didn't have to take an hour all at once. Who said you had to do that? Commitment. See, true commitment will make you use your imagination. It'll make you be creative. If you're truly committed, if you're all in, if you're not looking for an excuse not to do it, then guess what? You'll make it happen. Okay. So be committed. What is your level of, I remember when I was growing up, because of the way my relationships were built. It seemed like every time that I committed to say, "Oh, this is my boyfriend," we immediately broke up, right? So I had commitment issues. It was very hard for me to put a label on something, to say this is what it is and to be all in, because I was waiting for it to end, right? And so now in my life, I have to, those things that I've committed to, even when it gets hard, even when there's opposition, I'm still committed. I'm still committed to my word. I'm still committed to what I'm supposed to do until God says do something different. I'm committed because that's the vow that I made. That's the declaration that I made. That's the decree that I made, that I'm going to do it. And so I'm going to meet my commitments and I'm going to stay committed. Okay? So I need you to do what you said you were going to do. And if it's time to reevaluate, reevaluate. Okay? It's okay. It's okay to reevaluate, but I'm going to show you this one by Tony Robbins. The only limit to your impact is your imagination and your commitment, your mindset, and your ability to follow through. That's the only thing that can stop you. What they said, what they did, they, them, that has nothing to do with where you are and what you're walking out and what you're supposed to be doing. The only limit to your impact is your imagination and your commitment. Because if God is with you, who can stand against you? We say that, but do you believe that? Do you really, really believe that? So I want you to go back and I want you to honor your commitment today. All right? Recommit to yourself. Like, girl, get your life. Sir, like, man, listen, we got to do better, right? So whatever that thing is, however you need to recommit to God, to be like, God, I fell off. I didn't trust you the way that I needed to trust you. I didn't see it the way that you were showing it to me. But I recommit. I resubmit. I come under, and I'm putting my hand back in your hand for you to lead and guide me, right? It's okay. U-turns are allowed. Okay. I know sometimes we get all discombobulated and we get all turned around, but U-turns naturally and spiritually are allowed. If you found yourself going in the wrong direction, you can make a U-turn. Okay. Don't keep going in the wrong direction just because. Don't commit to the wrong thing. Now, listen, let's be committed to the right things. Come out of agreement with all the negativity, the toxicity, and all of that stuff. Let's recommit. Let's commit to the good things in our lives. Okay. All right, y'all. I love y'all. That is our Momentum Monday. I hope something was said today that you feel equipped, you feel empowered, you feel encouraged, and that you are going to act on today. And so I want you to connect with me at www.thecassandrawilliams.com. You can see everything that I have to offer as far as coaching is concerned, that sometimes you might need to, to get that level of commitment back up. You might need to be able to talk some things out, right? So let's have a conversation. Let's see if we can't get you moving in the right direction. October 11th and 12th, we are having the Great Exchange in the Atlanta area. Ladies, I would love to see you all there. Again, that's October 11th and 12th. That's a Friday night and a Saturday day, right? And so you have Saturday night to just decompress, to breathe, to take it all in, to get yourself together, to process so that you will be prepared to go back into your life and make it a great one, right? Because I believe that you can build the life of your dreams and then be able to live in that place. I don't want you to build it and walk away. I want you to build it and be able to live in it. All right. So have an amazing day. I will see you guys next Monday for another Momentum Monday. Be blessed, everyone. Bye-bye.